taking place across Europe, the Blues are in 8th. Wow. Well, let's go back to the studio. Keller, I'm afraid I can't tell you for sure whether City have qualified because games are still going on. As it stands, the Blues are 8th and just in there.
Welcome back to Matchday Live, full-time at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City win against Galatasaray. It's finished Manchester City 2, Galatasaray 0. Some lovely pictures here. We're bringing you live from the full-time whistle. Nice little moment between ex-players Leroy Sané, Ilkay Gundogan with Pep Guardiola. The boys in blue have done it. 3 points in. You can imagine what's going on there is Nunes, I think with one of our security team, looking at what's going on around the rest of Europe because it's not quite certain if we are going to finish in the automatic qualification position. Of course, we know it's the top 8 teams that automatically go through to the next round. The next lot of teams will have to play a playoff game, 2 legs, which as we spoke about on the show, I guess the boys in blue wouldn't mind a little break. We are into the next round, but are we doing it automatically? We will find out very soon. Real Madrid still playing. Now, if they do score, it could knock us out, but as it stands, they are losing. So let's hope it stays that way. I've got David James and Ben Mee with me in the studio. David, good day at the office, job done, 3 points secured, clean sheet as well.
Yeah, I mean, as we said at the top of the show, I mean, City weren't in control of their passage through to the automatic places, but what they had to do was win the game. The first half obviously was put them in the right place for that with the 2 goals. Second half, I mean, how many chances did they have? Great defending, a few good saves, whatever. I mean, 5 shots on target for each team, even with Donnarumma making some big saves. Entertaining game. Yeah. Unfortunately, as you said, with Real Madrid 6 minutes behind, there's a waiting game now. Yeah. So hopefully the fans will be cheering in a few minutes.
And it was the Lisbon getting it was 2-2. They've just gone 3-1.
94th minute.
Wow. So that has really put the cat amongst the pigeons, I believe the saying is going. Kusanov just on our screen there, Ben Mee. Very impressive at the back there as well. Real solid display I felt from him, and alongside Ake as well.
Yeah, no, both of them, yeah. Kusanov impressed, really assured performance. Good calmness when he was defending. Positionally really good. And uses speed, on occasions when he needed to get out of trouble. It was a lovely bit of defending when the ball came across and just flicked it away, nice and calm, no dramas. That's what you want to see. He's clearly in confident mood at the minute. You know, when he's defending, you can tell that with everything that he did, which bodes well for future games going forward. You know, he seems to be full of confidence. The second half wasn't amazing from City. A couple of near sort of misses, I guess. Aït-Nouri got into a couple of really good positions. Yeah. One from Foden flashed across the goal for Haaland. Couldn't quite get there a little bit too quick for him. Not a lot from Galatasaray. They made a few changes and give it a decent go second half. But I think comfortable for City most of the game, to be honest. Yeah, comfortable. Another win there as well, as we know, coming off the back of it was only Wolves, but we'd been in that tricky spell, David, so it does feel now that we're putting that behind us and trying to start putting get a bit of a run together. And that's what you need to do, is just get these results and, trying to keep a clean sheet at home. A couple goals, Marmoush as well starting, a couple, getting Aït-Nouri back into the team. Building again, it feels like. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of positives. I mean, even as we see Donnarumma again, I mean, there were some nice saves from Donnarumma, which we would expect against the opposition, players that City were up against. But any frustration from having to wait for results and stuff like that can't be taken into consideration, because they're in the position they're in today because of what happened before, not because of what's happened today necessarily. And I think from confidence point of view going forward, as you say, Tottenham next match, there's a lot from today's game. Even the formations we were talking at half time. I mean, that was a different setup, and I'm laughing now because one of your early questions with the interview with Gundogan was about whether he'll know what Pep's going to do. Well, whatever he thought he knew, he didn't.
He did. Yeah, it's so true, actually. So now,
I mean, Tottenham look like they've had a great result tonight. They will have their analysis team pouring through this match. Yeah. And Thomas Frank will be sitting there going, right, what are they going to do against us?
Yes.
Which is perfect, especially when you get the positive result.
It is. That's always the big question when you face Manchester City. Let's go straight back to the Etihad Stadium, actually, because we can hear from our commentary team. Let's get the thoughts of Alistair Mann and Andy Morrison.
Yeah, well, so full time back at the commentary position with myself and Andy Morrison. Andy, second half didn't quite live up to the first. What changed?
Well, I thought we started sloppy. You know, the first couple of touches, I think Nouri ended up kicking a ball 40 yards back towards his own goal, went out for a throw-in, and we didn't start the second half in the right manner. And then it's hard to pick yourself up, and I thought Galatasaray built their way into it. You know, one good save from Donnarumma. Apart from that, no real danger. But, you know, the job tonight was to win the game. We'd like to have got 3 or 4. We've done 2-0. Now we're just kind of like, fingers crossed, hanging on for this last minute, which has made, you know, absolute drama. Yeah, just a thought. Did anything tactically change in the second half? No, I just don't think we played at the same tempo. We didn't put balls in the box. We didn't turn them around. We didn't get down the side of them. You know, we've become a little bit protective and thinking that maybe 2-0 was enough, because going into half-time and then coming out for the second half, I think we were sat in fourth. Yeah. You know, so you couldn't see yourself. You know, so you do begin to look after that result a little bit and protect it. You know, if you've got some information with 20 minutes to go that you need another goal, I think the tempo raises, but just not sure what's happening. You know, Sporting have scored really late, which has put them just above us on the extra goal scored. So it's fantastic for the neutral, but you know, we're hanging on here now hoping that Madrid don't get a goal. Yeah, I mean, we're doing the interview now. I'm looking across. It's still 3-2 to Benfica. Real Madrid have just had a man sent off, but the full-time whistle hasn't gone. Andy, just a quick thought. When this new league phase was crafted, it was just this kind of scenario they were looking for, wasn't it? I think so, and to bring more teams into the competition as well, obviously. You know, that played a big part in it. But, you know, I'm not a massive fan. Do you know why? I like the old system. I'm a bit old school. But it has created an incredible night tonight where I think we've been looking at our phones as much as the game, because we know what we need to do was win the game. And then, you know, the permutation to switch over, everyone around us is all looking at their screens and looking at their phones, so certainly created an interest. Just one final thought, Andy. What will be your main reflection about the way City played today, your observations going into the weekend? Well, I think with Marmoush and Haaland in the team, we've got a real threat in behind, which is going to stretch the opposition and cause them problem. That's going to then create space for those little pockets of place for your Cherki, your Foden, whichever way we play, or Doku, and just an interesting system today that caused them all sorts of problems. But we need that threat in behind, and we need to put balls into the box. And then we had 2 or 3 times in the second half, Nouri had opportunities to go between the keeper and then the recovering back four, and he turned it down. And that's what Haaland thrives on, you know, with a header in the first few minutes. OK, the thoughts there of Andy Morrison. I'm going to have a quick glance, and it is still 3-2 to Benfica. So as it stands, the Blues are 8th. Not over the line yet. Back to the U.
David James, tell them the good news.
I believe Benfica might have just scored.
To make it 4-2, which does more or less mean...
Time's run out. They're in added on time.
Automatic qualification for the boys in blue. And do you know who scored the 4th goal? The goalkeeper.
Did he?
It's the goalkeeper. Wow. Must have been... Did he go... I'm trying to get it from the gallery. Was it... What? Gone up... Goalkeeper's gone up for a corner or a free kick? Yeah.
Why has it gone up?
Oh, and Benfica needed a goal to get in the playoffs.
Oh,
so with that goal, they go in. Wow. And it was just before all of that. Gosh, this is great, isn't it? But before all of that, Asensio had a red card, and then Mbappe did have the ball in the back of the net, but it was deemed a foul on the keeper, for them which Rodrigo complained, and he got sent off. So they went down to 9 men, and goalkeeper scored.
Imagine if they'd set the keeper up and then...
I was thinking we're winning 3-2, got extra play.
I would have had to end the show. I wouldn't have been carried on. So there we have it. I guess, is that full time there? I mean, it's 4-2. Yeah. All over. And that means, I guess, then Madrid are...
in the playoff.
They're in the playoff position. You wouldn't think that, would you, for a team like Madrid there? That's quite, probably, would you say, a big shock, David?
Massive.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive. I mean, each their own about whether you like this new format. But we've sat here for the last half an hour watching City, and I thought at 2-0 they knew they were going to win the game.
Yeah.
But then watching them, as Ali was saying in commentary, dropping place every 5 minutes, so dropping a different another place.
Yeah.
That last minute goal from Sporting to drop them one further place, and wow, what a competition.
We spoke about before though, Ben, as well. I mean, obviously it was so great to get through all that, but how big is it that actually they're going to get a week off and and not have to play those 2 legs? That is, it feels huge, particularly given how congested the fixture list is, as we know.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it just allows the players to be a bit more fresher towards the end of the season, going into the latter stages. City have had a few problems with injuries, centre halves, dropping down, dropping out, and a few other players. Hopefully, Doku's not out for too long, but getting players fresh and ready for the sort of big running, obviously in the Premier League and in cup competitions as well, like the Champions League. So it's big. Every little helps, and the players probably will take a big benefit from it. Because used to playing such a busy schedule. Them 2 weeks will probably be a welcome thing for the players. For sure.
I think it was a great point you said as well, actually, 2 new signings in Semenyo and Gay, so a few drills and practices there for them to bed themselves in.
It make it sound like they got 2 weeks off.
Well, to them it feels like, probably will feel like that.
It just means 2 games got jammed in the middle of 2 busy weeks already, It
will feel.
Right, so here it is. That is the end, of course, of this first round of the Champions League, second time in this new format. We can see the teams in the first 8 positions. They go straight through to the round of 16. Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Tottenham, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting Lisbon squeezing in there. Of course, beating us on, actually, match on goal difference there now, actually, but they got the winner in the 94th or 95th minute, I think David said, to put them into the top 8, alongside Manchester City. Madrid losing 4-2. 2 players sent off. Goalkeeper scores the 4th goal, which meant that they do then go into the knockout positions themselves in 24th Benfica. Real Madrid, though, having to go in the playoff games. Moving, of course, I mean, Napoli were ahead. I felt that was kind of a big one in that fixture. Then Chelsea ended up coming back and losing, which means Napoli out, so they do not go into the next round. But, I think we're trying to find out who could be some potential opponents. But what a great first phase of the Champions League. David, big old lovely smile on your face there.
No, the one thing I'm happy is that Buda Glimper in there. After the result last round, Bodo against City.
Yes. Yeah.
For them to actually get into the playoffs justifies that they're not a bad team.
That's true. Well, off that, the gallery have just been, who are the team behind the show, they're just over there. They've informed me our potential last 16 opponents now could be Benfica, Bodo, Inter Milan or Real Madrid. You just hope it's not the latter, I would say. But we know we like to meet them in this competition, so who does know? Going back to the game, Ben, and I think I just mentioned it towards it. Nico Riley, obviously, we've seen really make a name for himself at left back. Played almost it was like a double pivot, 2-man midfield alongside our captain Bernardo. I thought he looked great in there, really, really assured and was kind of popped up everywhere.
Yeah, a little bit like Kuznov, to be fair. Similar, assured, calm on the ball, always showed for the ball, wanted the ball. Good range of passing. I think he looks assured in there. I think he, really steady. So I think he looks.
He looks solid.
Really solid.
Well, I think that's the position as well that he came through in the academy. So hopefully maybe further down the line that might be one he moves into. Wanted to also finally mention as well, Marmoush and Haaland. That was a real threat, and I think Andy Morrison said as well, David, real chance for, an opportunity for us to stretch teams when they're both playing in that forward role more so. Yeah,
I mean Marmoush wasn't directly involved, maybe with the run for Haaland's goal at the beginning, but the second half, which was, I wouldn't say frustrating. Obviously, Marmoush wasn't involved in a lot of this, but where Erling Haaland was making his runs and not getting fed the ball. The question was not being on the ball ourselves, whether it was on to give him a ball through. But there was so much with Marmoush in that position in the first half in particular, and Haaland, as you said, as a 2-2-2 through that middle, that we haven't seen before. Incidentally, it's the 4th time that they've both started a game. The other 3 times City lost.
Did they really?
Yes, they did.
No way, right. So,
it was. I didn't want to say anything, and
I'm glad you didn't.
So now they've won with those 2 playing up top. As I said, if you're Thomas Frank for the next game, you're looking at it and going, "There's another option they've got," and they look good in it. The second half, I thought City controlled the game very well. I know Galatasaray obviously had a few chances, but by and large, they controlled that game very well. And if Doku's fit and you play that system with those players, then that's going to be problematic for a lot of teams. So I think there's so many positives from that performance.
You mentioned it there. So Spurs, obviously, the next game it's away from home. It's I think City fans will say they've kind of become a bit of our bogey team, our bogey place. But 2 wins there now. We kept the clean sheet again today, as I mentioned earlier. Ben, how are you feel? What do you think about that game at the weekend? It's got all the makings to be a great one, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think City can go there and pile the pressure on Spurs. I think they've not been great at home. Obviously, Thomas Frank's under a lot of pressure at the minute.
Do you know him?
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of pressure at the minute. But yeah, no, he needs a win. Obviously, the players have not been performing for him. Obviously, the different story in Europe again tonight, getting a result. But I think City going there will be full of confidence, after tonight. And I say hopefully Doku's not too bad. More of a precaution than anything. He'll be a big miss if he's out.
Yeah.
But I fully expect City to go there and do well and get a result.
And as we say, he was so influential, Doku. But you think about the 2 signings though that we brought in January. Do you think maybe Gay will come into the team? And if it's not Doku, Semenyo's had a great start as well to his City career, and we know how much of a threat he will be as well. And that puts a lot of questions in a Tottenham defence, David.
Absolutely. I think the key thing for City is they don't go there like a lot of us might think that Tottenham aren't very good at home.
Yeah.
Once you fall into that trap of thinking that they just do what they normally do, that's when it comes undone. And at the moment, with Arsenal dropping points, obviously on the weekend in the Premier League, this is the time that, as you said, City need to hit that consistent win-win-win. Yeah. Going to the Tottenham game, if it's a scrappy 1-0, that will do. But win the game, as you say, the likes of Semenyo coming in, playing in that game, adding to what he's already been doing in his first 4 games. Yeah. Which is scoring. Yeah, that would be good. For Gay doing what he's been doing in his 1 game, keeping clean sheets, that would be good.
Yeah, it would be lovely stuff.
It's very simple football, isn't it?
I think for City going to Spurs as well, getting that fast start, and then you sort of hear the groans in the crowd, and you start well. You come off a good win tonight. Yeah, bouncing into the weekend, good start. You just hear the sort of the groans and the moans in the crowd, and that's when you know you've got them at the worst sort of thing, and you pile that pressure on by performing well.
You want to try and capitalise on that, as you say, keep that pressure on. I think we've got a little bit of a funny clip here. I think this believes someone is. I don't know. Let's run it for you here. Let's say this was just taken live from the Sun. Keep an eye on the guy with the laptop here, just giving some final, getting some final pieces and down. Oh, hello. Is it okay? He looks happy with it. Doesn't look too bad.
I want to know what he's going to say to an insurance company.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we won't be showing him that if he tries to get a claim.
Get VAR on it, see if he was nudged.
Listen, we're going to be with you every step of the way, of course. So we'll be building. I'm going to be with you this weekend, building up to that game against Tottenham. But it's not just our men in action. Huge game in the WSL this weekend. Chelsea are our opponents. They are playing at the Etihad Stadium, which is going to be huge. So I think there might be still some tickets if you're in Manchester or if you can be around. Get down and support our girls. It is a huge, huge clash in the WSL. Of course, City flying high. And you'd like to think if City win, then it will put them very much firmly in the driving seat to try and get that trophy, which has eluded them over the last few years. So we're bringing you all the game as that goes on, as well as the build-up to Tottenham. Ben, been an absolute pleasure as always. Thank you. David, absolute pleasure as well. I want to say a massive thank you as well to all of you for watching. So City have done it automatically through into the final round of 16. Next up, Spurs in the Premier League. I'll be with you for that, and I'm going to leave you with this. This jacket is celebrating Puma's new kit, which celebrates the Year of the Horse, and I had the real kind of privilege of going over to China with the club to meet our fans over there, to learn about Shenzhen Peng FC and celebrate the launch of this new kit. So here's a little clip of what we got up to, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Enjoy your evening and enjoy the rest of the week. Good night.
All the love to you, FG and Jolie, and welcome to Shenzhen!
He's in a clever ball and it's prodded in magnificently by Semenyo. That is a fabulous goal. That really is quality. Antoine Semenyo.